Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here in TKMaths 1. In today's video, we will solve a question on factors of polynomial, which is a part of O-level AdMaths. And this question is taken from March 2024, variant 1-2. So the polynomial function is given to you here. And one information is given that x plus 3 is a factor of p of x and p prime x. We know p prime x mean the differentiated function of the given function, and we have to find the value of a and b. So before I start the question, with respect to factor and remainder theorem, we know if we know a factor of any function, it means you can get the value of x from there, and this value will give you remainder 0. And in the given function, p of x, if it is written as p of minus 3, then it will be equals to 0, because p of minus 3 will give you remainder. So let's start solving the question. So the given function is 5x cubed. This question has 3 parts. The third part is related to trigonometry, so it is a good combination of 2 topics. So this function is given to you, and x plus 3 is a factor which is also given to you. So this means p of minus 3 is 0 and p prime minus 3 is 0, because it is given to you in the question that x plus 3 is a factor of both p of x and p prime x, right? Sorry, I have to put it here. So now let me write the differentiated function. Now if you don't know differentiation, at this point I can tell you only that to get the differentiated function, you need to multiply the power by the multiplier. 3 times 5 is 15, and you need to subtract the power by 1. This much information is sufficient at this point. So 2 times a is 2a, and subtract 1 from the power, it will become 1. This is 1. 1 times 39 is 39. And when you do 1 minus 1, it will be x power 0, right? It will be x power 0, which you don't need to write. When it is a constant, it has x power 0 along. So 0 multiplied by b will be 0. So the differentiated function will be 15x square. This much I have done to explain to you. You don't need to write it in the paper when you are doing. Anything to the power 0 is 1, so we don't need to write it. Okay, so coming back to the given condition, so we have one function here, let me just write here, as a p of x, and the other function as a differentiated function. So we have 2 functions, and for both the functions, the factor is x plus 3. So what I will do, I will substitute, suppose this is equation number 1. So first of all, let me consider the given function. So I'm writing p of x, and here I will write p of minus 3, right? Instead of x, I will write minus 3, as I have explained to you here the reason. So now all the x I will replace by minus 3. And then I will simply pick up the calculator and do the calculation. So you can also pick up the calculator. So x I am replacing by minus 3, correct? And because x plus 3 is a factor, so here I will write 0. And this one will be minus 135 plus 9a minus 117 plus b. So now I'm making b a subject. So it will be 252 minus 9a. So I'm calling it equation number 3. Why? Because this one will be my equation 2, which is the differentiated function. Now I will take differentiated function, and in this function I will put minus 3, because according to the question, x plus 3 is a factor of the differentiated function and the function itself. So now in this function, which is given in equation 2, x I will replace by minus 3, right? And I will simply do the calculation here. So now it will be 0 equals to 135 minus 6a plus 39. Now in this question, you see b is gone, so you can simply calculate for a. and you will get the value. So when 174 will be divided by 6, you will get A, 29. Now to get B, you need to substitute back in equation number 3. So in equation 3, I have B equals to 252. This is best way to mention the equation so that examiner know which equation you are talking about and in which equation you are doing the substitution. So now I am substituting the value of A and calculating it. So I got the value of B minus 9. So I've gotten the value of A and B. So finally, my function of P of X will be, it will be, just a minute, 5x cube plus ax square, and a is 29, x square, then it is plus 39x plus 39x plus b. So this is my final function, right? Now let's see part 2 of the question. So part 2 of the question is saying solve P of X. So the P of X here is, let me get it from here. So the P of X is this, and now you have to solve it. Okay, so now how do you solve the cubic equation if you know it? So the best way we find out the factor, in this question it is already given to us. What was the factor? X plus 3. So if I write it in the factorized form, the same equation, P of X, it will become x plus 3 and a quadratic equation, right? I don't want to use AB because it is already used up here. So let me use any other letter. So suppose tx square, because general quadratic equation is what? Ax square plus bx plus c. I want to change A and B because it is already given in the question. So to avoid any confusion, I'm just taking any other letter. Okay. Now I have to find out T, R and C value so that I can find out the factors of the quadratic. What are the methods? Now if you remember, there are 3 methods: synthetic division, comparing the coefficient division, and long division method. So let me first of all do synthetic because I like it. It's very easy and simple. Then I will do long division also. I have already solved long division, the method, and you can see it in the link in the description below. So when we are solving by synthetic division, the technique is you pick up the coefficient of cubic equation, which is 5, 29, 39 and minus 9, right? And the factor is minus 3, sorry, root, because x plus 3 is a factor. If you put it equals to 0, x equals to minus 3, which will be a root. So the technique is that you copy down the first coefficient as it is. Now minus 3 multiplied by 5 is minus 15. We just hold on, minus 15. Now 29 minus 15 is 14. Now 14 times minus 3 is minus 42. And minus 42 plus 39 is minus 3. Then again minus 3 multiplied by minus 3. Because this minus 3 you multiply by these numbers to get the next number actually. This is the way it is done. So minus 3 times minus 3 is 9. Okay. So minus 9 plus 9 is what? 0. So this actually gives you your quadratic equation. So I got my quadratic equation here, 5x square plus 14x minus 3. So I will factorize it, or I will use quadratic formula to get the factors. So let's try factorization method first. If it can be done, it's fine. Mostly in the question, when you need to apply quadratic formula, question says give your answer in 2 decimal places. So that is actually a sort of hint, but it is not always, but most of the time. As no such information is here, so I believe it will have integer factor or fractional factors, which will have exact value. So I get from here x plus 3, and I get from here 5x minus 1, right? So one root is minus 3 because x plus 3 is the same factor which was given in the question, right? So it will be 1/5. So I got factors here. if you're applying here long division method, let me just explain that also as well, in case if you're interested to know or you're finding synthetic division difficult, because some of the students are very comfortable with long division. So in long division, what I will do, let me do that here as well. This cubic equation I will write here, 5x cube plus 29x square plus 39x minus 9. By the way, you will notice here that long division and synthetic division is very much alike. Only I write coefficient of the equation in synthetic, whereas in the long division we write x cube, x square, x also. So let's start. X times what is 5x cube? 5x square, right? And 3 times 5x square is 15x square. Agreed. Then when I will subtract it, the signs will change. This will cancel out. 29 minus 15 is what? 14. Did I get 14 here? You seen the synthetic division also? The rest I will copy down as it is. Now x times what is 14x square? It is plus 14x, right? So it will be 14x square. 3 times 14 is what? 42, right? 42x. Then you will change the sign because you're subtracting it. So this will cancel out. Now 39 minus 42 is what? Minus 3x minus 9. Now you will multiply x by which number? Minus 3, right? Because you want minus 3. So it will become minus 3x. This will become minus 9. When you will subtract, sign will change and you will get 0 remainder. So you see, you have gotten exactly the same quadratic which we have gotten here, the coefficients. So I got the solution here, which is x equals to minus 3 and 1 over 5. By the way, just one extra information. All of you know that cubic curve is like this when you have coefficient of x cube positive. So in this case, and if it passes through the 3 point, you get 3 equation. What does it mean that I am getting only 2 roots here? You know what does it mean? It simply means that at minus 3, you have what? Tangent. And here you have 1 over 5. Yes or no? Because when 2 roots are same, the first root and this root, it means there is a tangent in the curve. Okay, so now let's solve this question, which is part 3, and it is connected with the trigonometric function. For that, you should know, or you should have the knowledge of how to solve quadratic equation, right? Now, if you compare the given equation and the quadratic, what do you notice here? You see the word hence. The word hence means whatever you have done in part A or B in the above part, it is connected with that. So you have to make use of it. So if you see here, 5 is here, 5 is here. This is cosec cube 2 theta. This is x cube. This is A, same is here. X square is cosec square 2 theta. 39x, 39 cosec 2 theta plus B. It means the equation is exactly same. Only x has been replaced by cosec 2 theta. Agreed? So now, when question is saying solve the equation, it means this is the equation of trigonometry which you have to solve. And what are the values of x you have gotten in the above equation? You got x is equals to minus 3 and x is equals to 1 over 5, right? So let's see. So when x is equals to 1 over 5, this equation will become 1 over 5 equals to cosec 2 theta, right? And cosec is the reciprocal of what? Remember, cosec is the reciprocal of sine. So cosec theta can be written as, because whenever we have to solve cosec, sec and cot, we always use reciprocal functions, sine, cos and tan. So here it will be 1 over sine 2 theta. So this will give me what? Sine 2 theta equals to 5. Now we all know this will give us error. So it means no solution is possible. So I will just write here, not possible to get answer from here, right? So now I will see the second case. of second value of x. What was it? That was minus 3. Let me change the color of the pen. Okay, so when I take x is equals to minus 3, then what it will become? It will become minus 3 equals to cosec 2 theta. Again, I will take reciprocal of it. It will become 1 over sine 2 theta, which will become sine 2 theta equals to minus 1 over 3. Now, angle is 2 theta, but what is the angle given to you in the question? It is given theta. So, I would like to change it. So, given theta is, if you see in the question over here, it is 0 to 360, right? 0 to 360. But I have to take angle for what 2 theta. So, I will multiply it by 2 throughout. It will become 720. I am multiplying by 2, nothing else. So, my range of angle will be 0 to 720. Second important thing is, if you look at the question, this angle, whatever is here, is giving you negative answer, which means if you consider ASTC, I'm sure you know this thing. This is the basic of trigonometry when we are finding out the equation. So it is in the third and the fourth quadrant. Agreed? Because sine is negative in the third and fourth quadrant. So now I have to find out my basic angle. So I am finding out my basic angle. You can take your calculator. Remember what I will do? I will do sine inverse 1 over 3. And why I am not writing minus 1 over 3? Do you remember? Because the sign here, the plus or minus, whatever is here, is just to help you out to identify the quadrant, which I have already found out, and it is third and fourth quadrant. So when you're finding out the basic angle, you will not write here minus. Okay. So now I am using calculator. Sine inverse 1 over 3 is equals to 19.5 degree. So this is my basic angle. So I will write it down in the quadrant. Now the last step is to identify the general angle, because 2 theta is the general angle. So now 2 theta is equals to, what does it mean? Now I will rotate from 0 to 720. So let me just explain this to you. Okay, for example, let me use some other color here. Okay, shocking pink is better color. So now suppose this is the line. I will rotate it like this, 1 time 360, and like this 2 times 720. And I will see how many times I meet the basic angle. So what I will do, I will start rotating first time and I will stop here, right? So my answer here is, if I see from here till here, it is 180 plus 19.5, which is equals to 199.5. Now I will continue my rotation. So now I will continue the rotation and I will stop here this time. Now what is this answer? Again, you measure from here all the way. This is 360 minus 19.5. So 360 minus 19.5, which is equals to what? 340.5. By the way, I'm using calculator, right? Okay, so now I will continue. How many times I will continue? Till I get 720. So now 360. Okay, now I will continue, tick, 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 and stop here now. So again, this answer we have just seen here, it is equals to 199.5. But this time I will add 360 into it also, because I have completed already one rotation. This thing is equals to 559.5. Now I will continue, and this time I will stop here, and finally I will stop here, right? So what is this angle? Now if you see here, actually it is what? Complete rotation and then this much part again. So now I can say 720 minus 19.5. So this will give me 700.5. All these angles are equals to 2 theta. I have to find angle for theta. So now all these answers I will divide it by 2. 199.5 divided by 2 is what? 99.8. I am writing answer in 1 decimal place. Angles are always given in 1 decimal place. Now 340.5 divided by 2 is what? 170.3. Then 559.5 divided by 2 is what? 279.8. And 700.5 divided by 2 is what? 350.3. So this is how you will get all your answers. And if you see finally, all your answers are lying within the range of 0 to 360, which was the actual question. So I hope you understood. If you have any query, you can write the comment in the comment box. So thank you very much for watching. Please press like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.